Owen sees Jedi as baby snatchers, while Obi-Wan rebuttals that Jedi allowed the younglings to return back to their family during holidays, but Owen said the Jedi are already brainwashed to not care about their family. That's why they never return when they have the choice. He blames the Jedi, and learning the ways of the Force had turned Shmi into this predicament. Knowing Shmi had a son, he begged Obi-Wan to take Anakin to him and drag him out of the Jedi Council, and stop participating in this revolting galactic affair. Obi-Wan told him his apprentice has made a turn off the galaxy and aided victories for the Republic. Owen later said the Jedi Order had manipulated Anakin into a living weapon. Obi-Wan bought some fuel from the Lars and returned to a ship. Turns out while Obi-Wan left, the medical equipment was damaged by the sand. Somehow, Padme was able to heal off completely by herself. Obi-Wan flew to Dagobah and pleaded Yoda to come with him. Yoda looked extremely tired and exhausted. Obviously, he was affected by the lot of deaths across the galaxy. He regretted his decision on leaving the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan stated that Qui-Gon did appear before him in Kashyyyk. Apparently, Anakin's attachment was so strong, even though he died, he had merged with the Force. While being one with the Force, he saw the future of Darkseid rising and the Jedi wiped out, so he broke the barriers between reality and was able to reach Yoda, trying to warn him. Qui-Gon was learning so much lost Jedi knowledge in the Netherworld, and Yoda was actually learning that from him. Yoda then decided to come with Obi-Wan to see if they can defeat the Emperor. The trio were picked up by Organa. Padme was still tired, so she was left in resting quarters of Tantive 4. Upon returning to the temple, the stormtroopers guarding there were gunslingers. Several of them were a match against Obi-Wan, but none of them were on par with Yoda. Yoda can just deflect them, throw them across the floor like ragdolls, and disintegrate them. Obi-Wan was able to take a few stormtroopers down with him, but he was shot. After clearing up the stormtroopers, Yoda healed Obi-Wan. They reset the code to warn remaining Jedi to stay away. Obi-Wan took Lars' blood sample in the archives lab, scanned it, and realized Anakin and the father are related. The two are distant cousins. Also, he used Shmi's hair sample, and it showed that Anakin was Shmi's son, or even a clone with an altered chromosome. They have a 99.99% DNA match. Obi-Wan was happy for his apprentice because Anakin is not really alone. There's still family out there for him. But he was worried that Anakin might be killed in the process of Order 66, because he couldn't sense his presence anywhere. As Obi-Wan scrolled through the holonet, he saw the Jedi death toll. He saw a hologram of Vader killing Jedi Knights and Masters. Yoda noted that the stormtroopers were powerful against the Jedi because the Emperor fueled them with Darkseid aid. The Emperor is like a battery, charging his troops with extra adrenaline from the dark side. If the Emperor loses concentration, and if the Emperor is dead, the troops will lose the powers. Troops with sudden loss of power will be exhausted, like Sugar Crash. This explains why even Ewoks can defeat top troops. Yoda decided they should confront the Emperor as he was the one upsetting the light side of the Force. All Obi-Wan and Yoda's energy left will be exhausted to bring the Sith down. Their energy is already rapidly diminishing with so many Jedi deaths, and they have to confront the Sith before it's too late. If they fail, they will have to take nearly more than a decade to recover back to normal. We also learned that the Sith's powers increases by killing while the Jedi powers increases as they spread their knowledge of the Force. If people learning the living Force dies, this will decrease the Jedi's powers. Obi-Wan wanted Yoda to come along to convert Anakin back to the light side so the three can confront the Emperor. Yoda believed to leave the prophecy alone and let it fulfill by itself. Yoda believed Anakin will destroy Vader by himself, which needs a catalyst to empower a powerful emotion within Anakin to wake him up. Obi-Wan believed his familial father-son love is powerful enough for Anakin to vanquish Vader. After the debate, Yoda gave in seeing the strong determination of Obi-Wan, thus the two separated for their confrontations. After catching a commander who was guarding the temple, Obi-Wan used the Force mind trick to locate where Vader was. Vader was sent to Naboo to eliminate the Separatist Council. Back in the Emperor's office, Palpatine was seen negotiating with Newt Gunray, Supreme Lord President of the Separatists, through the hologram. Newt Gunray is currently on Naboo. This worked to the Emperor's advantage, so Vader can eliminate the Separatist Council and shut down the droids at the same time. The Separatist Council, the 1% of the CIS, knows about Palpatine's secret, and the idea to create a galactic empire. They agreed to do it as they believe they will be gaining nobility after Palpatine becomes Emperor. However, once Palpatine becomes Emperor, the Separatist Council had second thoughts. They blackmailed Palpatine. Since the Republic is winning, they demand to end the war with an armistice. This victory was caused by Palpatine, who betrayed them by ordering Maul to send the main control ship for invasive droids to Alderaan, after it was freshly occupied by the CIS. It was an extremely risky move and it failed miserably. So they proposed that divide the galaxy, let them become warlords of their respective systems, and remain independent of Palpatine's power. These separatist leaders believed the galactic empire will be formed from the basis of CIS, but were misled. Now, they are angry about it. Every Separatist meeting security hologram with Palpatine in it were destroyed or deleted. Maul made sure of that when he was alive, but he was also given the task to keep every single recording copy locked up and hidden in Naboo, just in case if the Galactic Empire was born from the foundation of the CIS. This information is important because this could help Palpatine to gain support from the Separatists if the Separatist becomes the Empire. Maul made sure the information can never be sent or distributed. After Maul and Grievous died, the 1% of the Separatists found the stash of information and decided to put it to good use. Back in the negotiation, Palpatine then said he will send his apprentice Darth Vader to complete the negotiations on signing a treaty to grant the CIS independence. Darth Vader arrived on Naboo. The only things there were droids. Other Separatist leaders returned to their respective homeworlds. Naboo, as we saw in the previous movies, was once a lush planet, but due to the Clone Wars, the industrialization of the planet, it had turned into something that looked more like a desert planet, with nothing but robots. The only person who greeted Vader was Nute Gunray, and a bunch of Separatist leaders in holograms. Vader just force-choked all the leaders to death. Realizing Palpatine's betrayal, Nute Gunray tried to send Palpatine's information, but when that happened, turns out it was force-sealed by Maul. No supercomputer hacking program could recreate the living force to unlock it. Vader then killed Nute Gunray through making him age to death, and shut down all the droids and destroyed every single hologram that links Palpatine to the Separatists. He then used the Force to destroy and crumble the planet's tectonic plates, overflowing the magma onto the planet's surface, destroying every single trace of evidence, but he stopped. If he had continued on, he could have destroyed the planet.
The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Naboo was slowly torn apart by the Force. Palpatine, Obi-Wan, and Yoda sensed this destruction. Back on Tantive 4, Padme woke up from the rest, and being a skilled militant fighter herself, she easily tracked down Obi-Wan and confronted him. She was not able to contact Anakin for a long time and was worried about him. At first, Obi-Wan wanted to keep his mouth shut, but after Obi-Wan sensed Padme was pregnant and Anakin is the father, he revealed that Anakin was taken over by Vader and became the Emperor's pawn. Obi-Wan told if Padme really wanted to help Anakin, she should lend him a hand because he is on his way to find him. The two went to Naboo and confronted Anakin's dark deeds. We see Obi-Wan as a broken man who lost everything, and his only friend was now the enemy.
Please, come back to the light. I won't abandon you to the dark side.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do.
What is done can't be undone, but if they work together, they can take down the Emperor and restore democracy back. Obi-Wan did not give up on Anakin or Vader, and believed Anakin will not fully transform into Darth Vader yet. Vader force-choked Obi-Wan without warning, and told him that Anakin has been murdered by him, as his powers are far greater than Anakin. Vader had planted his soul into Padme, so if Vader dies, she dies. Vader is draining her life energy every second. Obi-Wan was fighting Vader's grip by the Force. Padme told him to stop, ran to him. Vader swung his arm against her, she fell unconscious. Obi-Wan force-pushed Anakin, got out of the Force chokehold, and went to see if Padme was alright. Anakin then returned after Vader struck Padme. Since their life force were intertwined, that was the equivalent of Vader punching himself in the face. Waking up, Anakin realized he was too weak to control Vader, and felt that the Force is completely imbalanced with so many deaths. He begged Obi-Wan to kill him. He'd much rather die a good man than a monster. Anakin told Obi-Wan to take care of Padme, since she was carrying his offspring. He begged Obi-Wan to train his offspring as a Jedi, pass on his lightsaber to his child when he is old enough. Obi-Wan was conflicted on whether to kill his apprentice or use another method to help him. Without warning, Vader returned, leapt back, ignited his lightsaber. Obi-Wan can barely defend himself in the nick of time. Vader was just trying to cut him down. Obi-Wan's wounds from the Stormtrooper blast reopened during his fight against Vader. I'd like to give a shout out to all these wonderful people who took photos of their awesome collection of Star Wars figures in this video. Check out their accounts on DeviantArt on the links here. They are amazing people. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, favorite, and share this video. Click to view the next part. I'd like to give a shout out to all these wonderful people who took photos of their awesome collection of Star Wars figures in this video.